This evening, our person of the week. It is not very often we can say with much accuracy that a week has been a watershed, but this one has. This week, millions of us have had the chance to sit forward in our chairs and watch a group of young people as they break down some very out-of-date stereotypes.
Deaf people are capable of anything except that they can't hear.
Greg Leibach is president of the student government at Gallaudet University. He has been instrumental in bringing down a university president who is neither deaf nor able to speak sign language. He has also helped to raise the national consciousness about deaf people.
It's become a nationwide issue and a nationwide focus, and not only for deaf people, but for other people.
It sends a message to America and people who have a tendency to suppress others. It's time to change. It's time to accept people, as human beings.
This test of wills between a university administration and hearing-impaired students exploded with unusual intensity on the Gallaudet campus.
This anger is really impatience.
Within hours, really, what had begun as a demonstration to get rid of a university official became something of a national catharsis for the deaf.
There's no such compromise. We have to do it our way.
It was astonishing. Kids who managed to shut down a university openly applauded by their elders.
In education, we often say that the best teacher is a good learner. Gallaudet University has been learning a great deal from its students. They have become our teachers.
It seemed as if there'd never been such an opportunity to tell the world that deaf does not mean defeated. There was one moment this week which said it all for many people. The chairman of the Board of Trustees, Jane Spillman, who had appointed the new president, was trying to speak to a crowd of students.
We will not sit here if you are going to scream so loudly that we cannot hear you and that we cannot establish a dialogue.
But the students shouted and signed back there was no noise for them. Had the chairman been deaf or even speaking in sign language, she would have been able to communicate. As for Elizabeth Zinser, who will not be president now, perhaps she had no idea she was walking into such a maelstrom.
Dr. Zinser is a victim because she's been in this situation and because she didn't know anything about what she was getting into. She doesn't know anything about deafness.
Greg Leibach has always been deaf. He comes from a deaf family. Mother and father, 2 brothers and a sister, all deaf.
Okay.
He's studying electrical engineering. The university which has given Greg this chance was first empowered to give college degrees by President Lincoln. It is the only liberal arts institution of its kind in the world, a mecca of opportunity and excellence.
Ever since I was a child, I've always dreamed of coming to Gallaudet, and it's always been there as a pillar for me.
And true or not, it is certainly part of legend that the huddle in football was created by the Gallaudet Bisons, so the other team couldn't see the quarterback as he signed the play he wanted.
What the hell did I tell you, Robert? Both hands on the ball!
At Gallaudet, the faculty is required to sign as well as speak. All over the country this week, deaf people have looked on with pride. For many years, the deaf have been a rather passive minority. This week, they've been a rather demanding one.
We want to have hearing people respect us and see us as peers. That's our real desire. We want to be seen as normal people.
And so we choose Greg Leibach to represent so many other deaf people. We would hope that this week represents more than a victory for just the hearing impaired. Perhaps by disturbing the peace for a few days, these very determined young people have had a lasting effect on the rest of us. With luck, the rest of us are a little more humane. That's our report on World News tonight. Have a good weekend. We'll see you on Monday. I'm Peter Jennings. Good night.
From ABC, this has been World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.